guys, I'm Victoria and I have been wanting to do a Trader Joe's haul for a long time. So we did our homework, we looked up what are the must-have Trader Joe's items, what are the fall items in for this season. Some things aren't here yet, but we think we got a pretty big haul. Stay tuned to see how it is. So for our first round, we are starting with some chips and dip, because what else should you start with? So we have 3 different types of chips that we got and 2 different types of dips, and of course we need some wine to go with this food haul. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start with one of my new ones that I have not tried. This is the caramelized onion dip. So we warmed it up in the microwave a little bit, and let's see, I think I'm gonna start with the fall chips. So they're shaped like a fall leaf and they're super cute, and there's an orange one, there's a red one, and oh, there's a different shape, I guess, but there's all different shapes. So we're gonna start with those to do the onion dip. So here we go. Get some nice dip level on there. So right from the start, you definitely get that onion flavor. Tastes like you're at a football party. It's not flat. Not sure if I taste the caramelized, but it is a little sweet. So these fall chips, they were pretty much your basic tortilla chips. They are the same texture, they have the good crunch, but not too much flavor to them. Now, I am going to taste these pumpkin ones. So these are some pumpkin tortilla chips, and I'm gonna taste it in the onion one because I feel like that's an interesting combo, pumpkin and onion. So let's see what that tastes like. Wow. Okay, immediately you notice the difference between the fall chip and the pumpkin chip. This pumpkin chip explodes in your mouth with pumpkin and snickerdoodle and all the things we love about fall. That's my favorite one so far. Definitely. So next up, we're gonna go with the creamy spinach and artichoke dip. This is a longtime favorite of mine, so I already know it's good. So we're definitely just gonna try a new chip with it. Up next, we have the Peruvian potato chips, and these are $2.49. So what's interesting about these is they kind of look like those rainbow potatoes. They're a little bit purple and pink, and they definitely look like they're vegetable chips. Super thin, you can feel the salt on them. So let's try it with the spinach dip. Oh, by the way, this is what the spinach dip looks like, nice and creamy. Honestly, not much flavor. You get kind of that root vegetable flavor, if anything, almost like if it was a carrot chip. So out of the 3, definitely gonna go with the pumpkin chip. And the spinach dip is always good. I will always say get the spinach dip, but I definitely think the caramelized onion dip is something you should also put on your list. So second round is appetizer round. Anyone who knows me knows appetizers are my favorite part of a meal, any party. Anything you can grab and go and just bite and nibble on is the best type of food. So first out, we're starting with spanakopita, one of my favorite treats. So the spanakopita was $3.99. Also, fun fact is that everything we got on this list was all under $5, except like 2 things. So that's pretty good. I definitely taste the separate cheeses. So it's feta and ricotta. And the spinach tastes really fresh. A little greasy, but besides that, pretty good. Overall, great spanakopita. Can't complain. Next up, we have the buffalo chicken style poppers. So now I normally don't eat buffalo chicken, but I've always been in the mood for a buffalo chicken dip that I'll have at like a football party. So this is something new that I'm trying. So I showed you there's parts of chicken in there. It's creamy, looks cheesy. I'm thinking there's probably some type of vegetable in here. These are very greasy though. I'm touching it and it's just grease city. Weird thing too is when we took it out of the package, my mom and I literally said, why does this smell like cinnamon sugar? Doesn't smell like cinnamon sugar after it's cooked, but let's try this. What I like right off the bat, oh, never mind, there it is. I was gonna say, it really isn't that spicy. It does hit you a little bit after. It's kind of like a back of the throat spice, if that makes sense. Doesn't really taste processed. It does taste like it's fresh food, as if someone made this. Super flaky crust, like falling apart as you touch it, but not bad. So I had a lot of people tell me that I have to try the Trader Joe's dumplings. So there was a lot of different types. There was pork, there was vegetable, shrimp. I'm more of a chicken dumpling fan, so we decided to get one of these steamed chicken soup dumplings. So it looks like they're filled with a rich and savory broth. They kind of look like the ones if you go to like a dim sum restaurant and they're in that, you know, cute little dumpling home of theirs. It's kind of what they look like. So we made these in the microwave. You can also make them in a steamer. No loose around the edges. Okay, so that surprisingly has a lot of flavor. It literally tastes like it's been in soup. I think there is a little broth in here, so that kind of makes sense. You do taste that it's chicken. You taste the seasoning, almost, I don't want to say saffron, but there's some kind of seasoning there. I'm gonna try it with the soy sauce. Well, definitely loose around the filling though. Okay, like 10 times better with the soy sauce, but it is really good on its own. This does taste like something fresh you would get. It doesn't taste like those typical frozen food appetizer dumplings you get. This is definitely more of a fresh one. For this round, kind of not a combo, but we have the mac and cheese bites and we have the coconut shrimp. So the mac and cheese bites, they were $3.99 and the coconut shrimp were $5.99. So this is definitely one of the most expensive items on the list that we got. I have a duck sauce here that I'm gonna dip it in. So I'm gonna dip it. So far it's not greasy, it holds its shape. It's a nice little size shrimp, so let's see. Love that batter. Definitely taste the coconut. It's a little bit more subtle in the coconut. Like if you've ever had the Red Lobster coconut shrimp, those are super thick flakes. This is more of like a regular breading, not fishy at all. Good size too, snackable. Now we're gonna try the mac and cheese bites. So mac and cheese bites are probably one of my favorite items. I mean, mac and cheese in general. You'll see later, we're getting some mac and cheese on the menu. As you saw in the poll, really cheesy. So let's try. I have some marinara here. Little plain. I wouldn't say you can taste all the cheeses. I think there's about 4 cheeses in here. Let's see. Gouda cheese, cheddar, Havarti, and Swiss. Definitely some interesting cheeses that I feel should have a little sharper taste, and it's kind of one note, but it's a good breading. It sticks together. It's not super messy. Overall, pretty good mac and cheese bite. So starting off in the pizza round, I have a few thoughts. Everything we've had so far from Trader Joe's has been really, really good, and I'm super excited going into the pizza round. So there was a lot of different pizzas to try. We wanted to kind of get more of a regular pizza, like a margherita, and a specialty pizza. 2 types we got. It's called a piccolo little pizza, so it's a little small flatbread. And then we also got a mushroom and black truffle flatbread. So something I thought was really interesting is truffle flatbread kind of looks like a s'mores pizza. If anyone's ever had that, that's what it kind of reminds me of. But it smells really good. You definitely, overall, both the pizzas, honestly, the only one I kind of smell right now is the truffle. Let's try the piccolo one first. I'm kind of going to break it. So integrity pizza is pretty good. It stays together. It's not floppy. Pretty nice thick crust. It looks doughy. Looks fresh. Wow. So the first flavor that comes into my mouth has got to be that sauce and the fresh tomato. So you definitely taste the acidity of the tomato and the freshness of that. I wouldn't say it tastes like a frozen pizza, but I mean, it's not like, oh my gosh, this is fresh margherita pizza, but standout flavor, definitely tomatoes, definitely tomato sauce. Okay, so next we're going to try the mushroom and truffle flatbread. So again, kind of looking like a s'mores pizza to me. That's a little bit off-putting since it's savory, but let's see. Definitely smell the truffle. Not too overly truffly either. I'm not an overly truffle person, so this is pretty appealing to me so far. A little floppy, but nice thick dough. Let's see. Alright, not much flavor, honestly, I gotta say. I think it's good. There's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't say it like pops with the freshness. Would I eat this when I come home and I want frozen pizza? Absolutely. The other one too. I'm never gonna turn frozen pizza down. But, I mean, in terms of like, is this as fresh as some of the other things we've had? Maybe not, but let's see. I really like when truffle accents things instead of overpowering. And this is one of those things where the truffle just accents it. Also, it has mozzarella cheese. Don't really taste the mozzarella, to be honest. It's just kind of plain. But overall, good round. 2 good pizzas. I'd have them again. So up next, kind of a small regular entree round. We did get some orange chicken to try, and full disclosure, we did get a fried rice as well, but Mom wants to save that for another dinner, so we won't be trying that this time. But so the orange chicken, I know this is one of the Trader Joe's must-haves that everyone talks about, their orange chicken. So I'm super excited to try it. Normally I'm a sesame chicken girl. I don't usually get orange chicken, but it does look good. Sweet sauce. Not spicy, which is good. I'm not sure if orange chicken is supposed to be spicy, but it's a sweet sauce. Good batter. It tastes like fresh chicken. I know it's chicken. It's good chicken. I think you taste the batter more than the meat, but overall it's not bad. It's really good. I think this would be great for a dinner with some fried rice on the side. Easy to make. Wouldn't turn it down. So up next we have the pasta round. So we included a bunch of different pastas in here. Frozen, fresh made, some mac and cheese, and some gnocchi. So even though gnocchi isn't technically a pasta, it's usually found in the pasta section. And what goes better with pasta than some wine? First off, one of the pastas we are going to try is one of the gnocchis. So this one is actually a vegetarian option, probably vegan as well now that I think about it. It is a cauliflower gnocchi. So this is, I believe it's $2.69. This is one that when I looked on every list for what should you get at Trader Joe's, this was one of the ones that everyone sells out before like noon. So knew I definitely had to try it. And we made this in a saute pan, so it has a nice little crisp on it. Let's see. Oh wow. Honestly, if I didn't know what cauliflower tasted like, I would think this was a regular gnocchi. It's super pillowy, super soft, melts in your mouth, tons of flavor, and all we did, I think it was just olive oil in the saute pan. Can I taste that it's cauliflower? Yeah. Do I mind? Absolutely not. This is super soft, pillowy. I would definitely have this as an alternative to pasta. This one is a really unique pasta option. It is an outside-in stuffed gnocchi, and I've never really seen a stuffed gnocchi before, so this definitely caught my eye. It showed up on a few different lists of Trader Joe's that I saw, so we definitely wanted to grab it. So it is stuffed with tomato and mozzarella. I expected it to kind of explode a little bit when I cut it, but as you can see, it really didn't. So let's try it. Okay, again, like the pizza, I feel like the first taste I'm getting is that tomato. It's a nice creamy gnocchi though. It's soft. Very good. I like the crispness on the outside. I think gnocchi has a nice texture to it. It has a nice flavor. Very subtle tomato, very subtle mozzarella. Mostly gnocchi, not a super big filling as I expected, but it definitely is tasty. Alright, so if you haven't noticed, we did switch positions. It's getting a little dark out because this is a lot of food and you can see the reflection in the mirror. So we switched a little bit. So up next is the mac and cheese, and I love mac and cheese. One of my absolute favorite foods. This is the Trader Joe's Diner mac and cheese, and this one was told to get on a lot of the Trader Joe's lists of all the different mac and cheeses. So we made this in the oven. You can also do it in the microwave. Have to say, upon looking at it, looks like about 1/3 cheese, 2/3 plain macaroni. I'm sure if I mixed it around a little bit, it does get a little bit cheesier. It is also the same 4 cheeses as the mac and cheese bites. So that's gonna be cheddar, Havarti, Gouda, and Swiss. So let's dig in. First taste, it didn't really taste like much. I really only tasted kind of the crunchy noodle. After mixing it around a little bit, it definitely does have a little bit more taste. I wouldn't say you really taste all 4 cheeses that strongly. Not a huge flavor profile, but overall it's a good mac and cheese. I definitely think it should probably be mixed around a little bit more. I think that's definitely better. These edges are kind of a little crunchier, but it is good. It definitely does have flavor. It satisfies what you need it for. Usually diner mac and cheeses I feel are a little gooier. I don't like them that like liquid gooey, so I do appreciate this. But yeah, overall, not bad. Alright, so continuing in our pasta round, we are having a battle of the mushroom ravioli. And I am also a big ravioli fan. And here we are pairing 2 mushroom raviolis against each other. This is one of the ones on the list that many of my friends told me to try. They have both the bagged version, which is the frozen version, and then they also have one of their packaged ravioli versions. So they are both porcini mushroom and truffles, so they are kind of similar. One's a triangle, one's a square, but let's see how it does. Also, the square one, the frozen one, comes with a sauce already on it. Triangle one does not. Let's see. Al dente pasta, which is really nice. It's not a super soggy pasta. Sauce feels like a fresh sauce. It doesn't feel like it was just smothered in it. Like, it feels like a nice light sauce. Still feels fresh even though it was microwaved and it was in a frozen bag. So that's a big plus for me. And it's not used on truffle. Again, it's an accent. It's not overpowering. So that's really important. Overall, this one's really good. Now let's go to the triangle one. Now this one doesn't have a sauce on it. Definitely a light pasta. This is interesting. So the filling, kind of like the dumpling, it's really together. It's falling apart. And the pasta shell, see, it just came out of it. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Well, there we go. Okay, so definitely notice the triangle one has a much stronger truffle taste. Honestly, all I really taste is truffle. And the pasta is really plain. It doesn't kind of give any flavor. This also could be that it doesn't have a sauce. This one has a nice mushroom creamy sauce to it. Overall, definitely the frozen one won for me. And that's my top. But I would have to try it again with some sauce. I'm trying it as is, so that can be a determining factor. But overall, not bad. And the last savory item of our food haul, it is so late, is this cheese stuffed, I'm really gonna try and pronounce this, fiocchetti, with pink sauce. So this kind of reminds me of one of my favorite restaurants. They have this, it's called Money Bags Pasta, and it's essentially these cheese stuffed pillows with pink sauce, and that's what this reminds me of. I'm not even gonna cut it. I'm just gonna dig in. Again, we made this in the microwave. It's really late. I'm sure this tastes better on the stovetop. Let's find out. It is good. I think the sauce isn't as creamy as I would like. I think I'd have to try it again. Does it have good flavor? Does it have good potential? Yes. Yes to both. I think I would just need to give this another try. They're cute little kind of octopus shaped, also bag shaped pastas, because octopuses and bags are shaped the same. Yeah, okay. It's late now, but this was good. And we're gonna move on to the bread and dessert round. So we're starting off our dessert round with a little bit of beers. And in the fall spirit, we wanted to try some pumpkin beers. Now, Trader Joe's had about 12 different types of pumpkin beers. I'm not a beer drinker. I've only had pumpkin beer once. So we're gonna give this a try. So I got 3 different types, and again, these were all like under $2 to try. 2 of them are pumpkin ales, 1 of them is a pumpkin cider. So we're gonna give this a try. So the first one, this is Southern Tier Brewing Co. Pum King Imperial Pumpkin Ale. So this is 8.6 alcohol. That's pretty high for a beer. Okay, let's try. So you do get that fizzy in the beginning, which I don't love of beer. It's a weird taste after. Like, first I'm kind of getting like not a sour taste, more just, I don't know what it is, but then it opens up and it's a little bit sweeter, and you do taste a little pumpkin. It's a subtle pumpkin. I'm gonna try it again. There's definitely an aftertaste of pumpkin. Ooh, the second one, you feel it more. It's almost like a flat pumpkin, but not in a bad way. That's not bad. Okay. So next, this is the Howling Gourds Pumpkin Ale, and I just love the design on this one. That's why I picked it. This is a 7% alcohol. Woo! Woo! Okay. So this is really an interesting one. So first off, there's no fizziness, which I loved. I was waiting for the fizziness to come. It was way smoother. You didn't get the fizziness in the beginning. But it almost tastes like gingerbread. It's like a like a pumpkin snap, gingerbready, cinnamon taste. Really interesting. Almost like a sharp taste. Really wasn't expecting that to be that strong. Wow. In taste, in talking about taste, I think I like this one better. It's a little sweeter, a little more softer on the pumpkin. This is if you're adding like ginger snap with pumpkin. So this is more of a stronger taste. Okay, so moving on to our last one. This is the pumpkin cider. So this is the gourd tree. Also love the design on this one as well. Super pumpkins and Halloween. It's 5% alcohol in volume. So of the three, this is the least strong in alcohol content. So let's see how the cider is different from the ale. So first of all, I can smell it as I'm sipping it. And it's super sweet. Oh wow. That flavor profile is changing so quickly in my mouth. So you smell it and it smells really sweet and you're like, wow, this smells like a pumpkin candle, right? Which is great. I feel like I want my drinks to smell like pumpkin candles. And yeah, that straight up tastes like you're drinking pumpkin. Like liquid pumpkin, which is really nice. It's super warm. It makes me want to cuddle up. It's not fizzy, which I love. No fizziness. And it's super smooth. I think this one's my favorite. It almost has a little bit of apple taste to it. So definitely getting those fall flavors. If I have to rank them, this one's definitely going to be my favorite. This one second for the more pumpkin taste. And this one, it wasn't bad. It just was such an interesting flavor profile that I'm gonna put that one third. I'm calling it the dessert round. It's also the bread round because we got some cool breads. So now these breads, 2 of them I saw on a lot of the lists and some of them are the fall ones. And this one we just thought it was really good. So I'm gonna start with this one. This is the sweet pull apart Aloha rolls, and I'm realizing I haven't said the price of things in about an hour, so that's good. Okay, so first off, squishy. These are squishy. I like the squish. Kind of like the King's Hawaiian rolls. That's essentially what these are. Trader Joe. It's late. Trader Joe version. Now King's Hawaiian have a smell to them. These do too. They have the doughiness. Honestly, copycat. I don't know how much King's Hawaiian are, but if these are less, you're getting the same thing. And honestly, these feel bigger. They feel spongier. Definitely a win with these. Okay, so now we're going on to the pumpkin brioche twist. Now, this one, if you've ever had brioche bread, it's super soft, it's super fluffy. From the touch, this doesn't feel super fluffy. It feels a little spongy. It does look definitely pumpkin-y. It looks like it's got some cinnamon on top. Got a nice swirl in there. A little bit more yellow than typical brioche I see. Does have a little subtle pumpkin flavor with a little bit of cinnamon. Nothing too crazy. But I want to get a piece that has this mix in it. Let's see. I really wouldn't say this screams out pumpkin. If you didn't tell me it was pumpkin, I may have thought it was like a cinnamon raisin minus the raisins. It's not bad. It's a little bit dry. I feel like I like my brioche a little bit more moist. If you're not a big pumpkin flavor, this might be a little nice training wheel for you to start with. It's not bad. Now starting on for our third bread, this is the hand-twisted cinnamon sugar bread. Now, this is a monster bread. I think I could work out with this loaf of bread. It is so heavy and it is thick. And honestly, it looks like they made monkey bread into a loaf of bread. So trying to even rip a piece off of this, it's a workout. So it's very sticky. It's very cinnamon looking. It looks like a dessert bread, you know. Definitely giving me monkey bread vibes. Still really moist, and this has been here all day. Oh, I'm gonna have to bite this. I can't even rip this off. Let's just dig in. So you know when you get an Auntie Anne's cinnamon sugar pretzel, and it has, you taste all the cinnamon sugar, you could feel it, all the sugar sparkles, that times 10, but like with a lot of thickness. This is a heavy, thick piece. Like I think I could eat this small piece for dinner and be full. That's how thick this is. but it's really good. It's sweet. Definitely, you know, a nice fall treat, kind of like a donut almost. That's a thick boy. That's thick. We also got this beautiful creation, cinnamon bun spread. Now, I'm a cookie butter fan. Not a giant cinnamon bun fan, but the idea of a cinnamon bun spread just sounds like a great idea to me. Whoever made that up, points to you. Ooh, that smells nice. That smells real heavenly. So, I'm going to put a little bit on. Ooh, okay. Look at that drip. It's a nice caramel drip. It's not too thick. The pumpkin bread here, because that was the most plain. So I feel like this can only enhance the pumpkin bread, right? It can really only enhance it. All right, so there it is on the bread. Let's give it a try. That's what Holiday Thanksgiving must taste like. Okay? If you could combine Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas in a holiday, it tastes like this. Buy this right now. Just, I might drink it out of this, okay? I need to bite this again. This was so good. Wow, okay. It's just a perfect consistency. It's not too thick. It's light. It's liquidy and creamy at the same time. So much cinnamon sugar flavor. You could actually taste, like, I could be like, oh, that's the icing of the cinnamon bun, and that's the dough of it. That's how much it tastes like a cinnamon bun. I'm gonna say it again. Buy this. Now, I actually knew about these first from looking online before I saw the cinnamon bun spread. And this is actually the first thing I picked up when I went into Trader Joe's today. I saw it and I was like, there are the cookies. So I'm really excited to try these. And I'm also probably gonna put the spread on it because that was amazing. So these are cute. They're essentially like little whoopie pies. Feel like pretty soft cookies. Like you can squish them. They're not crunchy. Let's see. They're sandwiched with a flavored cream filling. So I'm excited. Let's see. Surprisingly not much flavor, I have to say. It's a moist cookie. It's a thick cookie. I really don't get much of the cream. As I showed you guys, I expected there to be like kind of a cream. So we're gonna put a little bit on this and just kind of jazz it up a little bit. Like, that's how I expected it should be. It should be like that. So let's see. That makes things better. That just makes things better. So at the end of our haul, I wanted to just kind of wrap it up and say some of my favorite things from our haul. So starting out from the top, definitely still thinking about those pumpkin chips and the caramelized onion dip. Cannot wait to have that for a snack tomorrow. It was just super bursting with flavor. Our appetizer round, surprisingly, my favorite was the soup dumplings. I definitely didn't think that would be my favorite, but they tasted super fresh. The other appetizers are great, but again, things I've had before. Moving on again to the pasta round, definitely loved the gnocchis. I think the two gnocchis were honestly my favorite, which I didn't expect because usually I'm a ravioli girl. And then for the dessert round, honestly, I'm gonna go with that dip. I thought the cinnamon bun dip was out of this world. Super, super good. Just, I would put that on anything at this point. Oh, now that I'm thinking about the coconut shrimp, those were great too. They were so fresh. Definitely want to go back and try those again. So overall, those are my top rankings. And I'd love to know what you think. What have you tried? You know, what did you think of these? Have you gotten them before? What should I try next? Definitely let me know. All right, guys, that was our Trader Joe's food haul. Thank you so much for sticking with us and checking out the video. Make sure to give us a like down below and subscribe. I'm hoping to do more videos, but this was a lot of work for my first one. Especially thank you to my mom who helped me cook a lot of these. She had a blast cooking all of these all day. This was, I had to be at least a 6-hour shoot. So definitely a lot of food, a lot of good treats. So thank you so much, guys, and tune in next time.